Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Killed Cheese.
Do-do-do. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. Do-do. Do. Okay, I'm going to stop now.
Okay.
Happy Tuesday. Tuesday.
I don't know if I'm going to be happy on Tuesday.
No, whatever. Today, everybody, we have another, of course, scary story. That's all we do around here, pretty much. It's called I'm a Serial Killer. I Met Something Scarier. Now, I don't know, like, what's worse than a serial killer? I mean, I can't really think of anything, actually.
Demons.
Unless you can. Demons?
Aliens.
But
Skinwalkers.
you fucking skinwalkers.
Skinwalkers would be a lot scarier than a serial killer. I'm just saying.
Speaking of demons, his name is Fun With My Demons, or she. That's their username. He wrote the story.
Well, probably going to be a demon then.
That's my favorite username so far, other than Aardvark.
I was about to say, what about Aardvark?
The ant killer, man. I can't get rid of him.
No.
Well, let's see. We'll see what's going on. What's worse than a serial killer? We're about to find out. It was 3:17 a.m. at the Waffle House.
Waffle House?
This is first sentence. I mean, a lot of shit happens at the Waffle House very early in the morning.
Waffle House is not for the faint of heart. Let's just say that.
If you've never been to Waffle House, you need to go.
After midnight.
Yeah, maybe not.
Again, not for the faint of heart.
It was 3:17 a.m. at the Waffle House. I wiped my mouth with my sleeve and pushed the table away from my fat belly. The metal chair scraping the greasy floor. Now that is 100% the greasy floor. That's Waffle House.
Waffle House.
I had time to kill until the next job. So I headed out to the parking lot to make my way to the nearest motel. I haven't come through this town yet, so no one should recognize me here, I figured. Stumbling with my bum leg past the dumpsters, I about had a damn heart attack when the lid slammed. I shook my head and kept going. Another slam. Rage boiled over me. I stopped to glare back at the dumpsters, waiting to see which meth out employee had been responsible.
Waffle House.
Waffle House. The wood doors around the dumpsters creaked in the night wind, closing themselves slowly. Another slam and the door popped open. Looking like he kicked it open with his foot, the employee strolled out carelessly, whistling a jolly little tune even. I rolled my shoulders and huffed. This fucker was about to learn some respect. I cracked my knuckles and headed back towards him. Hey! Hey, I shouted. He stopped, startled. I closed the distance and grabbed a fistful of his greasy black apron. Waffle House. He was mid-40s maybe, but looked 80. Waffle House. He had the classic sunken eyes and leathery skin of hard living or drugs. He just stood there, mouth agape like the stupid animal he was. I wanted to knock out his nasty black teeth. Dude, this guy hates people.
I know.
It's 3 a.m.
Serial killer. I mean, you know.
Do you have any idea? Hey, you there. Another voice interrupted me. Another man leaned against the building by the door, one hand in his pocket and the other smoking a cigarette. I must have been too angry to have noticed him before. I've been looking for a truck driver, he said. My grip on the employee tightened in rage. He was shaking now. Excuse me, I yelled back. I could use a ride, the man said calmly, if you'd be so kind. Kind of like I got a little southern right there.
If you'd be so kind. Well, I mean, that kind of sounds like something you'd say in a southern accent.
Waffle House are only in the South.
Waffle House. What? That's not true.
Yes, it is.
They've been expanding recently. There's just the most in the South.
It's in the South. I've never seen one anywhere but the South. Getting a better look at him, I was more confused. He wasn't an employee. He didn't have any stupid black apron. He wore dusty boots, raggedy jeans, and a gray zip-up jacket. But his face was what interested me. Young, bright eyes, pale and smooth skin, blonde, like a halo around his head. Mouth fuck. My anger was replaced by something else, something darker. I threw the employee to the ground. Get lost, I told him. He scrambled away where to I didn't even care to look. My focus was on someone else now. I made my way to the other man, wary but interested. You ain't got a fucking family to help you, I asked. He was pretty. Too pretty. Like one of those weird celebrities with two perfect faces. I couldn't look away. If you're meeting a too pretty person at 3 o'clock in the morning outside the fucking Waffle House.
I think we learned from our last story, too.
Spill some water. It's fine, though. There's Frank, everybody. Baby Frank. I couldn't look away. Surely someone would miss him if something happened to him. He's so pretty. Nope, he answered, stomping out a cigarette. There's no one to care. He picked up the cigarette butt and flipped it into the can beside him, like he didn't want to litter. Like that one cigarette would really make a difference. Nah, outside a Waffle House, it wouldn't.
Nope.
Except you, maybe, he said with a smile and a wink. Maybe I can convince you to care. Is this going to get spicy outside the Waffle House? Outside the Waffle House, 3 a.m.?
That would take an unexpected turn in the scary stories Reddit thread.
No, you never know. Something about him felt charming, playful, a little ray of life in this hellhole. He didn't belong here. Of course, neither did the others I picked up. I just had one question. How old are you? I asked. Those blue eyes looked me up and down, studying me. Not in a nervous manner, but something else. It made me a little uncomfortable, but not enough for me to care. 19, he said after a pause. The darkness stirred again. This is too good to be true. I've got a little cash on me, he said. I'm sure we could work something out. I had already decided the minute I saw him. Fine, I told him. Hurry up. He smiled, a little too wide. You're too kind, he said. I scoffed. Yeah, bud, I'm a real saint.
This is interesting.
I guess there's a little dots. I guess the next scene after this. Thoughts so far? A little weird.
A little weird.
A little winking going on. A little charming. A little too pretty face.
Yeah. I don't know. It's very strange. Very strange.
Well, I guess we're going to have to find out.
I like that it's set in a Waffle House, though. Well, outside of a Waffle House.
So, where are you headed? I asked as we settled into the cab. Anywhere's better than here, he said. I stifled a smile.
Stifled.
Sorry.
Stifled.
You love correcting me.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. I stifled a smile. It was funny when they said things they'd regret. You really got no one out here? Not a family, not a girlfriend, nothing? He paused to think, then leaned a little closer, a wry, shit-eating grin on that perfect face. You really think that I'd be in your truck if I did? I mean, got a fucking point. I chuckled openly at that one. Yeah, okay, you got me there. Well, it's gonna be a while till the next stop, I warned him. Perfect, he said, settling into his seat. Maybe I'll have a friend by the end of this. I rolled my eyes. Yeah, whatever, I said. His weird sense of humor was a nice change of pace. I thought, this ride might actually be enjoyable. I don't know. I usually didn't enjoy their company until they were hog-tied in the back. Jesus fuck.
All right.
Another little intermission right here. Last gas, 103 miles, the sign read. Another hour and we'd be at the spot I picked out. You ever get scared out here? His voice startled me. It sounded different, distorted almost. I chalked it up to the altitude fucking with my ears. I don't think so. It was the first thing he said in maybe 30, 40 minutes. I actually thought he was sleeping. He had been awfully quiet ever since we got off the main roads. I ain't scared of nothing, kid, I told him. Come on, everybody gets scared. He pushed on, leaning closer to me like he had a secret. Sometimes it's even fun to be scared.
Okay.
Well, all y'all bitches who like watching scary movies, yeah, that's fucking y'all. It's fun going to see them, but fuck off. No one likes those movies in a way.
Guess I can't say anything.
Now that was funny. I'd have to tease him about that later. Why the hell would I be scared out here? Well, for starters, he said, there's no one else around. No one to see you, no one to hear you, no one to help you. I was chuckling now, too, shaking my head. That was kind of the point of this, kid. Nothing but the pines and the fog off the creek, he continued. Well, this fog is annoying, I'll give you that, I said. I can't tell you how many times a fucking deer just pops out and smears itself all over the windshield.
Ew.
I don't think deers smear themselves on a windshield.
Really? That was an odd
way of description. Hey, whatever. Even then, the fog was so thick I couldn't even see maybe but a single car length in front of us. The truck lights only made it worse. I powered through up the hills like I always did. There were never any other vehicles on that road. Oh, that poor deer, he said. They used to have more natural predators out here, but they were all driven off a long, long time ago. Something was off about him. Different. I couldn't quite put my finger on it, but the warm and sunny hats he put on earlier was gone. He felt cold now. Distance. A little creepy even. It didn't matter. We were almost there. We sat in silence for another little while. I kept my eyes to the fog swirling in the headlights. He kept his eyes locked on me, staring, without a word, like I had vanished if he even fucking blinked. Can you imagine you trying to be nice? Well, he ain't trying to be nice, but you pick somebody up and you just look, you're just driving, they're just fucking, just dead ass staring at you. Like, I'm gonna be fucking murdered.
This is why you don't pick up people and drive them places, guys.
In the middle of the fucking, outside the Waffle House.
Outside the Waffle House especially, yes. Please don't pick up anybody outside or inside a Waffle House. It always goes back to the Waffle House. Yep. Hell, maybe he was getting scared now. He had every right to, after all. The air in the cab got colder. It was supposed to be a warm night, I thought. Condensation built up on the window from the sudden change. I flipped the wipers on, sighing as they made that god-awful nails on the chalkboard screech with every swipe. The biggest spider I've ever seen in my life crawled out of the air vent. Oh, fuck off. I don't do spiders now. Come on. Holy shit. It was the size of my fucking fist, hairy and dark with yellow stripes on its legs. Damn. I cry. I'm a proud man, not afraid of much, but I don't fuck around with goddamn tarantulas. Me neither. You don't fuck around with little baby spiders either.
Never. I nearly lost control of the truck trying to whack it back to wherever the hell it came from. Silently, without so much of a flinch, the other man placed his pale, smooth hand on top of the dash, palm up like an offering. My mouth hung open as the spider went onto his palm, and just as quickly into his zip jacket.
Like up his sleeve?
Mm-hmm. I almost couldn't speak. What the fuck was that, man? I stammered. I swear to God, that's your fucking pet. It's not, he said calmly. Unless it wants to be. God. I was going to explode. Surely I would stroke out any minute. My Lord. And it looks to be a tiger wolf spider. But I'm not an entomologist. Take that thing out of your pocket now, I demanded. He took the spider out calmly, like it was a pack of smokes, like any of this was normal. Looking at it the second time, it was almost worse. I squinted my eyes and looked away to the road. Kill that fucking thing. You like that, wouldn't you? The voice wasn't his. It was a woman's, hers, from last week. Oh, God. What was that one story you read?
Oh, my God. The guy walked in. To all the people.
At the club thing.
Yeah.
I glanced over. She was in the passenger seat again. Tiny, frail like a bird, a little button nose and blue eyes, yellow blonde hair. The skin on her face was half gone to the gory bone, including a hollow eye socket. The spider climbed into it. What the fuck? I slammed on the brakes. The truck skid to a stop, so I caught my breath. I looked around frantically. The young man looked groggy, bewildered. He rubbed his eyes and ran his hands through his hair. How long was I out? He asked. What the fuck are you talking about? My heart thumped in my ears. My throat was dry and my body was soaked in sweat. I was shaking. The man was calm, half asleep, looking at me like I had two heads. He reached in his pocket and pulled out a pack of smokes. No spider. You want to take a break? He asked me, concern in his soft voice.
What the hell?
So is he imagining this shit, or is this man a demon, like you were saying?
Maybe both. I don't know.
Maybe. This didn't make sense. Where's the goddamn spider? I demanded. He jolted upright, looking to see around the cab. There's a spider in here? Where? I ran my clammy hands over my face, rubbed my eyes. I looked around the cab. Everything looked normal. The young man just blinked at me like an innocent little doe in headlights, hands still outstretched with a pack of smokes. I ripped the pack from his hands. We're taking a break, I said. Cool, he said, disinterested. He started to follow me out of the truck. No, you wait inside, I snapped. All right, he chimed back. I stepped out into the humid, foggy air. The temperature shocked me. It had been so much colder in the cab, I must have turned the damn AC on not knowing it. This wasn't the spot I usually took them to, but it was close enough. Far away enough where no one could see or hear anything. Just like the stupid kid said. It would do just fine. I could drive his body out to farther where I usually dumped them, but after that weird dream, I wasn't sure I wanted to go where the other ones were. Maybe I would just carve out a new spot here, I thought. I was around the back mixing up 2 special cups of Joe when I heard a passenger door open and close. I went back around quickly. God damn it, I said stay in the... No one was there. The truck lights flickered and a cold chill shook my body. I peered through the fog, but there was nothing. Maybe I was going a little crazy. Maybe I was just tired. I took the mugs back to inside the cab and carefully handed the correct one to the man beside me. Coffee, I asked. I'm not a coffee person, he said politely. Everyone says that until they have my coffee, I winked. A lot of winking going on.
He really wants him to drink that coffee too.
He laughed and shook his head. You're terrible, he said, grinning wide with his perfect teeth. I watched him as he gulped his coffee down like a sick, dying camel. Confused, I took a small sip of mine and nearly burned my lip clean off. Weird, but at least it wouldn't take as long to work, I figured. So what's your story, I asked him. Realized I never played the get to know your game that I usually slog through my passengers. Oh, I'm just an old soul passing through, he said. My story's a long one. I don't think we have the time to cover it if we tried. See that? You're so young, but you talk like an old fucking man, I chuckled. I mean, where do you get that? Where are you from? Well, my ex-girlfriend thought I was from the depths of hell. He sat his mug down, completely finished with it. But I assured her, I'm Catholic.
Yeah, it's a demon.
I laughed at his joke, a little too loud. I sipped my coffee. Women, eh? Fucking women. I'm kidding. Mm-hmm. I thought she was an angel. I still do, he said. But now, I doubt she could even walk into the church without bursting into flames.
He's a demon.
I slapped my knee, doubling over. I couldn't remember the last time I laughed so hard. My cheeks were warm. You're too young to be having fucking women problems, I told him. He murmured. But just the right age to die. I blinked. Huh? That's the perfect age, isn't it? 18 to 21. Blonde hair, blue eyes, no one to miss them. I stammered. My thoughts were clunky. I hadn't realized how dizzy I was getting. No. That wasn't possible. I made the coffee myself. I gave him the coffee myself. He downed it in seconds. The cab was freezing cold again. My head spun, my thoughts racing. The air was humid, my mouth so dry I felt glued together. I was spacing out, losing time. Suddenly, I was in the back of the truck on a cot, where he was supposed to be. The fog rolled in with me. Against it he stood, at the edge of the open truck, a dark shape in the night. You know, Father Romano says I shouldn't harm anything with a soul, he said. The distortion was back in his voice, like an old corrupted mid-state. He was holding rope in his hand. And to tell you the truth, he continued, I've always had a soft spot for animals, so I've never liked hurting them.
I think, actually, it may not be like a demon. It might be like an angel.
Maybe. He's a fucking priest.
And he's like turning, you know?
Or he hunts down serial killers.
Yeah, maybe. Like I'm saying, I don't think he's maybe... Either he's not a demon yet, or he's not one at all.
Oh, he's a monster hunter. He thought I was going to find out. In a blink, he was next to me, tying off my arm like a tourniquet. But you don't have a soul, do you? He was in my face inches away, so close he blurred. And you're worse than any animal because you know better. Tears rolled down my face, the sheer thunder of his voice shaking me to the core. It was unnatural, ungodly. Why did you do it? His voice was so soft, calm, as harmless as it had been before. Why did you kill all those poor little girls and boys? And to leave their bodies like that, dumped so unceremoniously in my backyard. He shook his head at me, frowning.
In his backyard.
What is his backyard? Does he live there?
I don't know.
He shook his head at me, frowning. At least I killed for a reason. Oh, God. His limbs began snapping. Loud pops, they twisted, contorted, grew taller and longer. A black shadow overtook his body, erasing all trace of his humanity in a blink. Like he never had skin or clothes or even a face to begin with. There was nothing. Only a dark shape remained, made of long, twisted muscle and bone, shaped like some bastardized version of a man with horns. Then a smile appeared, that wide smile, so perfect and sharp. I couldn't scream. I couldn't move. I tried to stay awake, but I was fading fast. The figure launched towards me on all fours. Oh, fuck no. The fuck? Moving like a spider on its freaky limbs. No. It was over the top of me in seconds. God, I'm so hungry. I did not see that coming.
This is like people's worst nightmares that they didn't even realize was their worst nightmare.
His face was almost pressed against mine, bared teeth dripping saliva onto my nose and mouth. I felt nothing.
No.
He rose back up in a blink, standing upright, legs bending to fit in the trailer. He wiped his mouth carefully and ran a clawed hand through the silhouette of his once beautiful hair, right between his horns. He sighed. But I have to be patient, he said softly. You need to last a while. I suppose I'll pick you apart, piece by piece, rationing your disgusting body. His face was in front of mine again, grinning. And when I'm done making you useful, I'm not going to kill you. Oh no, that's too easy for you. Everything was fading fast, patches of black closing in on me. He grabbed my face with a clawed hand, pulled me close to make sure I heard every word. I'm going to dump your limbless body with all the people you've killed, way out here in the pines. You can use your fucking teeth to dig your way out of the mud, choking on it like you deserve. He dropped my face, my head slamming back down. Everything went dark. I prayed I wouldn't wake up again, not to this. But my prayers never meant much, and I knew from my sins that the drugs were only temporary. The drugs were only temporary. So he
was gonna wake up
and feel everything again. Oh fuck. Well, that's definitely worse than a serial killer. But is it though? Because he kills bad people, serial killers.
To him, obviously that's like the worst thing ever. Is
Oh, serial killer's worst nightmare is getting killed himself.
Yeah, getting back what you've dished out 10 times over.
Yeah, that makes sense. Comments. Oh, this is so good.
That was great.
Great writing.
Wowza.
Thanks for reading. You got talent. Do you write full time?
Please don't write that.
No, it's a long comment. He just basically says, you have no idea how much this comment means to me. Haha. Thank you. I need a whole novel on this. You would love that. Brilliant. This was delectable. I crave more. Thank you for this story. Good times always come around. The fuck? Awesome part 2? We would read it if he comes out with one. I don't know what it'd be. Maybe hunting another victim.
Then what happened?
Very good. And for the last one, fantastic. Made my heart race. A round of applause for you. The fuck are you doing?
A round of applause.
Oh, my Lord. Well, again, the author, a fun with my demons.
Woohoo.
You can find him on Reddit or her on Reddit, whoever it is.
That Redditor.
Sounds like they write good ass stories.
The top 1% poster.
Might have to write. Let's see here. Do they write more stories? If they do, I'll have to look into it. I'll look into it. They do. We're probably going to read another one of those. Yeah. But either way, everybody, that was it for today. If you're watching the video right now, hello.
Hello.
You're on YouTube and or Spotify. Or you're watching a clip on TikTok, which again, hello.
Hello.
So you can find us video on those 3 places. Audio is everywhere, and as always, you never escape us. Never. Obviously. But I think that is it. Go follow us on everything. Say hi everywhere. If you have a story you want us to read, your story, or a story you found something, just send it in. DM us, email us. Just whatever. Send it to us. We'll see if we can read it.
Yes, sir.
But that'll be it for today. We will see y'all on a Thursday.
Bye, guys.
Bye.